Hey, everybody. I see Benita, Judy, Justine on the live. I think Sandy's going to be joining us soon. You guys, this is going to be a fun card, and we are breaking all of the rules because I'm a rule breaker, if you haven't figured that out. So, hello. All right, so let's talk about Craft Roulette. Since we are playing along with this, the parameters this week are the project is 4-bar, element is sweets, colors are wedding, and a touch of gray. Well, as I've said, folks, I am a rule breaker, and I am not a fan of the 4-bar, so we are taking it a whole nother level. Now, to get started, the whole point of this is marriage a lifelong sentence? And I am going to say yes, I believe in the sanctity of marriage. I also believe in a really good joke and some sarcasm, and I can go to the dark side every once in a while. And my husband helped me with this. So, hey, and if you are joining me from Joy Wilson Inc., thank you for tuning in on my personal channel. We're also broadcasting to the Pajama Crafters page. So we are using this prison scene, and if you can't read it, it says marriage is like prison. You do a lot of time for something that started out as fun. Isn't that the truth? Hello. And then we are using the Bound by Love stamp set, which you can tell he's partially colored with a weird color, and that's because I wanted to scan it with my scan and cut. We're also using the Together stamp set. We're using this Wonderful and Together, which if you didn't hear on the last live, we are going to have dies available. They're in production for that, so they will cut out these two words. I'm going to throw that in the bin. But my husband, because I don't want anybody to think that there's marital problems in my house, helped me cut this. So I'm going to zoom back out just a hair and where all the bars are. He cut this because my vision is really bad right now. He cut all of the bars. So we're going to do it. So even though it's a 4-bar card, which normally does 3.5 by 5, we're throwing that out the window, girls. We've got 4 bars right here. Let's see how this comes together. We've got a black card base because I always say I should do it and I never do. So we cut this with a razor blade. These are by, I think, the Caterpillar people. And it's called a pen blade, and you just retract it, and we used our Magic Mat. Okay. So you can find your own jail cell. I'm not going to tell you where to get it because I made it up and all that good stuff. So this, just because I want you to know that I truly do believe in the sanctity of marriage. This is a sweet set called Bound by Love. And it says, joined by God, bound by love. Congratulations on your wedding day. God wrote your love story beautifully. 2 souls, 1 sweet forever. Christ at the center and at 3/4 strands. So if you are religious, this will really speak to you because this is everything that God says about marriage. But we're going somewhere else with it. So we're going to color this cute little image. And I am going to zoom in. I got to figure out which way is the correct way for you guys. All right. So we're going to start with their faces. And in order for it to pick up with my scan and cut, I colored everything with an E000. And that worked perfectly. So if you are on the scan and cut bandwagon, I'm going to help you figure out what colors to use because that's basically going to hide everything with what we're doing. Okay, so Benita says this is a great idea. Shiloh, hello. We are breaking the rules of Craft Roulette with a 4-bar card, and we're making a prison break. We've got 4 cards, and we are going to set this married couple in behind bars. but I didn't break the parameters. I said it said 4 bars. So don't come at me that I just broke the rules, because I am a rule breaker. Yay. And then Danielle is saying hi. All right, I think I've gotten everybody who has at least told me they're here. So I am like following the hairline of this beautiful little lady. And then I'm going to kind of round it out around here, kind of along the curvature of her face. And I'm even going to do her smile. I'm going to do the same thing for his cute little face. Stretchy pants are always good. You know, girl, I got my yoga pants on right now. I told Justine the other day that I have been extremely cold this spring, and it is very hard, like come February, to find like yoga pants that are full length. So I managed to find a few at Costco, and I had them mailed to me. So here I am. I'm still wearing my stretchy pants. I will always wear stretchy pants of some sort or another. But yeah, we are rule breakers here. So that was E04. And I'm still going to give him a little bit down this way. Okay. And again, they look a little pale and washed out because I had to color them in order for the scan and cut to pick it up. E11 because that's darker than my E21. That should not be the case, but it is for me. And I'm kind of going over that E04, and then I'm extending it out, kind of always rounding it, because if you haven't noticed, she's kind of got a round little face. All of us do. So, and you guys, I'm in the process of making new stamps for the next couple of months. I got 2 of them completed today, and I am probably going to be up until the wee hours of the night to get this done and to the manufacturer. And they are cutie patooties. You guys are going to just love what's coming down the pipeline. Like if you've liked what's been coming out lately, it's just expect more awesomeness. I want to say to everybody who has participated in our lives, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, all those things. All of you who have been selling out my stamp sets, God bless you. You have been amazing, and Pajama Crafters is growing leaps and bounds. I mean, it's amazing. Every time I turn on the Google machine or Facebook, any of the social platforms, like I am seeing Pajama Crafter everywhere. And Lord have mercy, you folks that watch Craft Roulette, I am seeing so many of our products popping up, and that just means the world to me. So I am coming in with just the normal skin tones that we always use. Shiloh says she can't wait to see the new stamps. Shiloh, I think you're going to love them. They are so stinking cute. They're everything that I want to color, and I think you guys are going to feel the same way. I will give you a hint that one is kind of a background stamp of sorts. So it'll build with what we've already got, the other stamps. And of course, you guys can be expecting some patriotic things coming up down the line. I know, Benita, that doesn't count for you because it's US based, but I still think that, if you changed out the sentiments, you could probably still use it. So, just because I think all military uniforms kind of look the same. That's what I'm saying. Yay, Justine's excited. I'm excited. Who knew? Oh my goodness. All right. For our blushing bride, we are going to go in with an R21, which some people says it's entirely too pink, but I don't care. I'm doing it. If you want to do a lighter color like an R20 or an R12 or an R11, be my guest. You know what? I think he's nervous. So we're going to give him a little bit of pink too. Okay? Okay. And I just kind of come in from the side of the face and make him blush. I don't like the way she's looking a little circular here. So we're just going to go over with just a little bit more color. Same color, E00. But Copics are buildable, so you can definitely build this color up because they're translucent. And you can just keep doing that and see how much that brightened it up. Oh my. So Sandy Pellis is with us. Hello, Sandy. We are breaking the rules of Craft Roulette. Y'all are going to go wild if it works out. And if not, you're going to be really disappointed. But I'm going to go with, we're going to be excited. All right. I'm excited if you can't tell. I love breaking rules. All right. I need to make sure I'm going the right direction for this. All right. So for the little flowers in her hair, I'm putting a little bit of speckles of R24. But we are making these pink. We're not making them garish. But wherever there's light, there's got to be dark. Okay? So we speckled it in. And now we're going to come in with an R22. Oh my, Benita's been trying to watercolor tonight. Good for you. You have to show me your results. How do I want to say this? There has been a person or two who says that I don't know how to watercolor. And I actually do know how to watercolor. I'm actually pretty decent at it. I mean, I'm not like an artist, but every time the person would tell me that I couldn't watercolor, I'd break out those watercolors. In fact, I even challenged my team to do watercolor. And whoever everybody voted on who had the best card, that person got a special watercolor set for me. So not only am I a rule breaker, but I'm a point maker sometimes too. So you might now have inspired me to break out my watercolor next time. Who knows? All is possible. So yeah, we're having a good time tonight. Aren't those little flowers cute? And even though I used a red, they don't look so red. Justine says, you do you, girl. I always do me, girl. But doing me sometimes can be a little, a little spicy. But without spice, the world doesn't go round. All right. So my wedding dress was an off-white because it was my second marriage. And honestly, because it's what I liked. All right, so I'm going to use an E51, 53, and a 50. All right, and I might even bring in a 55. Who knows? Who knows what I'm going to do? So we haven't done the hair yet because I'm not in the mood for that yet. We're getting there. But yeah, my daughters helped me pick out my wedding dress, and it was totally not something I would have worn. It was strapless, and they told me, Mom, you got to do something different than what you would normally do for yourself. Like it's the only time, like they knew this was the last time I was going to get married. Thank goodness. And they're like, just do it. And I am so glad I did. But yeah, I wore an off-white dress. I loved my dress. I'm so glad they broke me out of my comfort zone. I always say that I look like I'm wearing a paper bag when when I wear a dress. I don't do dresses well. I don't know. You guys tell me, do you do dresses well? I've just never been confident enough to do it. I'm a yoga pants sweatshirt kind of girl, and that's what I do. Oh, he's off camera. All right, we need to move this. Oh, I always move the wrong way. All right. I need that to be comfortable for me. I don't know. We'll see. And then we're going to use this E50. So Judy Van Zant said that she used to wear dresses, but not now. Yeah, I feel like sometimes we like get in our habits where we're like, yeah, we're done. But it's really funny. Since I've lost the weight, I will say that I have bought a couple dresses in case my husband decides he wants to take me somewhere. And girls, our date nights like Kroger's, okay? So you need to know, or we will go see a movie. So the likelihood of us like truly getting out and, cutting a rug is pretty much zero, but in case. So our wedding colors were navy blue, pink, and gray, which remember a touch of gray. For those of you who are just coming on, this is our scene. Sean helped me cut this because with my eye infection, I couldn't cut those in a straight line. So here's our 4 bars for anybody who's coming in later. We are not doing the real 4-bar card. Watch somebody else's channel if you want it, because I'm not doing it today. Sandy, I would never have known your age. A girl never tells their age. I'm still 29. Do you know that we have a stamp set called Forever 29? Because I refuse to admit my age. And maybe I will later, but the first birthday that my husband's kids celebrated with us, they put 29 candle, or they put the number 29, and then they put all the extra candles around it, and they thought they were so funny. Well, I did not think it was funny. I thought, I will pay you back and you're going to get a really crappy birthday present for me. And they did. You don't mess with me and my presents and my age. So because I use that E000 so that my scan and cut would pick it up, I chose a W7 for his tuxedo. Because it'll cover it up nicely and it's still a warm color. I always try to tell you why I choose some of the things that I choose. Sandy said, I'm just so happy to make it to retirement. Girl, I hear you. In this day and age, we're all going to be lucky if we make it to retirement before we're like 95. So this is W5. We're just skipping down. We're like skipping numbers. We're sticking with odd numbers. We're just kind of coloring them in. We're not making this rocket science. We're making this really simple coloring because who wants to do all that all the time? Sometimes we just want something real nice and easy. Okay. Now we're doing a W3. So my Sandy from my design team, Sandy Powers, she reminded me at the last minute that I forgot to put it in our friends group. So if you're not in our Pajama Crafter Stamps and Friends Facebook page, you should totally join us because that's where I do all the updates when I'm going live. I do it on my personal channel too. But she's like, you didn't post it. I did post it on the Pajama Crafter business page, but I did fail to make the post inside the group. So, and that's because I didn't want to do the Sunday post and the Tuesday post right next to each other. And then quite frankly, I forgot. So I'm using my colorless blender to take that E000 out of his shirt. So it actually is white. Now, we are going to make his little bow tie, which you can barely see because I didn't get the best of impressions. And I'm just going over that with the R22. We'll just give it a hint. It's fine. Okay? It's fine. Now let's go in with a W17 and an 03 for the for the greenery. I'm going to put my markers away because I'm trying not to let my supplies steal my joy. You know what I mean? All right. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, please ask. Thanks for giving us hints for the scan and cut. I have one, but always struggled with it. So BG10, if you're doing like blues, purples, and some pinks, E50 or E000, and that'll make it scan. I don't know why I didn't share that with you guys prior to this. I think maybe it was because it was an epiphany on my part. And then boom, there it was. And if anybody needs a link to a scan and cut, I would be more than glad to provide you one. I have one that I really like. I think there are a lot of them on the market that are more than what we need as paper crafters. They're more for so like people who do quilting. So I will be more than glad to make a recommendation. I know a couple of you have asked on Justine's page, and she wasn't sure which one to recommend. So I thought I'd, put that out there. See how it's coming to life? And if we haven't done anything but the flowers, the skin, and the tucks. And you would never have known that I used a flesh tone. All right. Let's tackle the hair. I did. We're going to do hers in an E397, 35, and 33. Okay. You have an old one, just need to dig it out. Okay. Girl, good luck with digging that stuff out. Sometimes. Benita, thank you for coming. It's 1:30 in the morning, your time. I appreciate the fact that you even show up. That's just amazing. If you want to see how I colored this, please feel free to watch it on the replay. So the hair would be gathered where the barrette or the flowers are. It's also gathered here. And it would be gathered right here, the curvature. And again, up here at the part. Okay. Now, under her big old noggin, there's absolutely a cast shadow there. So I just drew a straight line. So now I'm just going to add some flicks and try to follow the curvature of the hair. And I'm going to do like the curls this way. Hair always looks bad until it looks good. Like right now, it looks like barf. Tanya, to me, it's been a lifesaver. Has saved me thousands on dyes. It has kept me from having to lift 1,000 dyes everywhere I go. And so I see it as a way to, I mean, it's an initial, I don't get anything out of talking about a scan and cut, to be honest with you, in the sense that I sell dyes, but I would rather buy standalone dyes that do something special or like whatever, and then use my scan and cut to do my fuzzy cutting instead of the coordinating dye thing. E35. But I know that there are some diehards out there, and I'm not saying, no pun intended, that really want their dyes. Then, by God, do your dyes. It's fine. I just talked about you today, Tanya, in a good way. See how pretty her hair turned out. I keep wanting to go over to that side. It's driving me bonkers. Okay. So that was a sandy brown, I don't know what color. I don't know what the color to call that, but that was more of the red tones. We're going to do him more like a mousy dark brown. I don't know. So Sandy, you don't have to color an image for it to pick it up on the scan and cut. There is a way to do black and white, but like everywhere there's a black line, depending on what your lighting is in your room, it'll want to cut out every black line. So a colored image. So if I weren't doing lives, I would totally be coloring my image and then cutting it out. It cuts out way better with colored images, to answer your question. But it's not a necessity. I absolutely recommend coloring your images first. So I'm just kind of following the swoops of the artist drawn lines. And he's got that little calic there, and he's got some wild little bangs. Girls, my hair is totally in a what you call it. Jax, we're going to talk about the Husky Chronicles now. Jax decided to run away at 8:30 this morning. He scaled this. He climbs our fence. Well, homie was out too, so I had to wait until I herded homie in. Otherwise, he'll scale the skid steps or the fence, and then they'll both go running. So I had no idea how far Jax was going to be. But this is really funny. Our neighbor kid, I love Michael. He wants to be like a ninja. He's out there doing like his martial art stuff where he's like spinning stuff around. I mean, I don't think he's trained. I think he just watches YouTube. But he saw me barreling down the road trying to, with a leash. I was walking, and he stopped Jax dead in his tracks, and I think Jax didn't know what to do because he was doing his martial arts, spinning the cane thing around, and Jack stopped without thinking, and he like sat down and he waited for me to come get him. It was the best thing ever. So shout out to Michael. He's my buddy. It's funny, I used to ride roller coasters with Michael back in the day. Used to go on vacation, roller coaster vacations with his mom and dad. We were all very close friends, so it was just a riot. So thank you to my neighbor for containing my dog, because clearly I failed. Isn't he cute? I love him. All right, what color do we want to do the cake? Somebody tell me what they want. I feel like I want to break out into a song and nobody needs to hear me getting my vibe on. We could do a okay. BG family. I was thinking more the B41, B45 family for part of it because I'm using my wedding colors. But man, you're really making me think I should do the BG family. Okay, let's talk about this. So I want to use B41. Okay. Here's BB45. Huge difference in that. And I was thinking about bringing in a B97. Now that's a lot of steps between those colors. Let's see what the B95 would look like instead. Honestly, it's not that. I like the first three that I picked. But we might do some tip to tip coloring. All right, so around the flowers, there would be a cast shadow. So I'm going in as lightly as I can with my B97, and I'm taking both lids off because it's extremely humid and it's getting warmer here. Of course, my head got in the way. So I am going to do a couple flicks here. Okay. And it seems like there's one there. We might do pink up here. Let's see. Can I come over to this side and flick some layers in? Okay, so that's the B97. We're going to come in with B45. So Tanya's saying definitely warm and humid. Yeah, like what happened to that? Typical Cincinnati Midwest weather. Can only imagine what we're going to get in August, but like I said, I've been cold and not thrilled with our weather this year, so I should stop complaining about the humidity. I need to do this up here. Like beggars really can't be choosers. Sandy Powers is saying it's 53 degrees in Minnesota, where she lives. I don't know how warm it actually got here today. Because to be real truthful with you, I have been indoors because I've been playing on the computer trying to get stamps ready to go. That and trying to get certain things under control. Isn't that pretty? You wouldn't think that that dark color would matter, but it makes all the difference in the world. And I am going to use, let's see, we're going to bring this color palette out again. That's not lighter. Not what I'm looking for. Okay, this is going to be our transition. I forgot that top again. We're going to do this as a transition color because we're going to start bringing some of the pink in. Okay, let's get this B41 back up there. I just said it got to 86 or 87 degrees. Ugh. It goes from I'm wearing a sweatshirt to let's party. It's summertime. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Just added a little bit of the blue because I can. Because I want to. When it's your cake, you color it the way you want. Okay, I'm gonna use the same color as the flowers. So over here is the R22. So back to our is marriage a life sentence? Like I have heard so many men and some women who say it's like being in jail or whatever, and I think it's just a joke that everybody uses. And like I said, I 100% believe in the sanctity of marriage, but I just couldn't help about making a jail cell scene because all I could hear was every man like hooting and hollering like, oh my God, somebody finally admitted it. And it just, I don't know, it made me laugh and it made me like break the rules. And I don't know, do you guys think it's funny that we're gonna make a jail cell? Because I think it's a hootenanny. Is that even a word that people use anymore? Am I showing that I'm from the South? Say you're from the South without saying you're from the South. Just did. And I'm going to use this R11 to be a transition color. So I'm going right over some of that blue, kind of like when we colored the dinosaur. So good. We can even add a few in here if we want to make, the sky's the limit. It's your card. You do what you want to do. You think that's funny? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad somebody else thought I was funny. My husband said, he was taking this really, really serious cutting this out. And I'm like, dude, I said, this is not going to be a card that's on display. I said, it's just a joke. He goes, no. He goes, I think it's going to go over really well. He goes, I think it's going to be one of the better ones. And I'm like, okay. So he works with a bunch of guys all day long, and I am sure that the jokes that happen are like hysterical. So yeah, I'm sure that this would go over well with the guys. The bog frog that I had made, somebody had said that their husband was all about it and said it was perfect for a guy. And that kind of was my inspiration for, I thought, why not make more cards for a guy? So that's what we're doing. Sandy's already saying I need a jail background stamp and coordinating sentiments to go. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea because I think in this world there's enough people. I mean, it'd be funny for like a birthday, but I think there are a lot of people that would be like, you belong in jail, or you're my, I could see it being like a Thelma and Louise, like your partner in crime, your bestie. That'd be so funny to send it to your bestie too. Okay. I think she's about done. A little ball and chain. Oh, you're killing me. We're gonna have to make a stamp. All right. So this is the thought process, but we are going to kind of hide some of these cuts because they're going to come out white. We're going to use the chisel end. That way I'm not killing my nib. So I guess this is where you would say I'm a little OCD. Like, even though it's, you know, a card that I don't think was meant, you know, to be like fantastically popular, I still think adding the touches and making it look good is still important. So when I cut this, I attempted it, I like with my vision, screwed it all kinds of way up. So I gave it to Sean, and he did a bang up job. There are a few areas that, you know, might need a little help, but again, this was just meant to be funny and to be different than what anybody else on Craft Roulette's doing. So all you people who haven't submitted yet, if you're members, you can make yourself a jail card, or you could figure out how to put like 4 bands of color onto, what did he do here? The knife obviously slipped there. That's fine. You guys don't know how, like, the cutting mat I gave him was wobbly because it's the magic mat that I was using for die cutting at one point. So it's not like I gave him an easy task. Team effort. Yep. Mr. Pajama does a lot for Pajama Crafter. So what do you guys think? What does Andrew think of this, Justine? All right. I love that I put the little saying in there, it's going to be covered up, and I love the little toilet. I mean, for some reason, all I can envision is like Martha Stewart going to jail for the first time, and it's like making me want to pee myself. Not the first time, I think it was the only time, but like I can picture her going in there being like, this is all gray and this is disgusting, and I can see her like decorating her cell. I'm literally cracking up at myself even thinking about this. So we're testing Joy's weaving skills. Now I honestly thought that symbol, that marriage is like a prison saying, was going to be like hidden. I didn't think it was going to show so much. Okay. Now they're floating. All right, they're going to float, but we'll fix that. Okay. So I do think, for good measure, I'm going to put some tape on the back of this. Frank thinks it's good too. All right. It was Frank that said that the last time. All right. So cute. Okay, hold on. Let me get some gray paper. Hopefully I have some. Which gray do we like the best? Oh, we're going for the contrast, ladies. So let's start with a 1/2 inch first. Just throw that off to the side. You all know by now. Actually, let's start with 1 inch. We can always cut her down. Okay. Oh, I think that was good because now it kind of is grounding them. Okay. Okay. Let's get this on a card base first. So let's show you what I'm doing. So I used Best Ever Craft tape just to secure that until I was sure what I was doing. We're going to make this, actually we're going to make it 5 by 3 3/4. So I have a little bit of wiggle room if I made a mistake in my measuring. So you know that I love some dimension. I can make my own sign with your own sentiment. Yes, I could. We're working on it. But it's going to be for the bottom. I'm having a blast with this. You guys, I don't know why this is tickling me so much. It's just redonkulous that I love this. Like, I'm having a good time. Like, the minute these parameters came out, I'm like, okay, how can I break the rules? And I think I came up with like 4 different ways, but this is the one that spoke to me. Let's see. All right, you know we're doing this. I must remember to use my glue holder so my glue stays upside down. Because then I don't have to waste my time clearing the glue. All right. Nobody said that this was going to be like a knockout, like lots of detail type of card. It was just to make you laugh. And I hope that worked for somebody, because that was the whole goal of it. We like to laugh around here. And if you can't laugh at yourself, then I don't know what else. I don't know what to say. But I'm a laughing at myself. Okay. We're going to use a little bit more foam tape or back, adhesive sheet. Because I want to wrap some twine around it. So tell me, what has your days been like today? Have y'all had a good day? Has it been a frustrating day? Has it been a productive day? Mine has been both. And the best part of my day is getting to hang out with you guys, because it allows me to do what I love to do. And I get to hang out with the people who I love to hang out with. And I can laugh at myself as you guys are laughing with me. Justine said it was girl, you better be having better than a decent day. I know what you had on the docket for today. And I also know that this is the first day of summer break. So you better be having a good day. Because if you're not, then we have no hope. Getting the twine out. Judy said, I didn't know you had an Etsy store. Judy, maybe you should tell me what that link is sometime so I can check out your store. I'm betting that it's selling cards, because you make beautiful cards and you make a lot of cards. So that's what I'm betting, but who am I? These size shears are ridiculous. Okay, and what just happened? So I'm using the adhesive that I backed that with as something to custom pop-up box cards. Girl, I am bowing down to you. I wish I had like a emoji that I could post, because that's amazing. So I'm putting that there. And I'm going to get some adhesive strips. So these are dies that we will carry in the store. They're in manufacturing as we speak. I just needed to make some changes on them. That's why they didn't release with the together stamp when it released. It's because I want things to be a certain way, I don't want to take your hard-earned money, nor do I want to spend my hard-earned money for something that I'm not ready, to put my final stamp of approval on it. No pun intended. Let's see. want to see if there's any comments from my channel that I'm missing. You get some strange requests sometimes. I can only imagine what you see on Etsy. I don't know where I got this. I'm trying to take the backing off something I already took the backing off of. Girl needs to grow a brain. Wonderful together. How sweet. Even if you're in jail. I will tell you that if I was ever going to be in jail, my husband would not be with me. He's a rule follower. But he would bail me out. I know that. I mean, I've never been in jail, but I know that he would absolutely bail me out. What do you think? Her whole face, her little smile is under the bar. Okay. We do have like a little but I do have some friends that would totally be in jail with me, but they would say it would be my fault that I was the one that got them there. But whatever. I'm fun, you guys. All right. Let's add a few little shadows. You guys, I love this card. This is ridiculously, how do I want to say it? It's ridiculously wonderful. Like, I am so happy with it. Now, every wedding needs a little bit of bling. This is our fairy dust. We have Girl's Best Friend, which is clear, but it has no iridescent sparkle. And then we have Fairy Dust that has the iridescent sparkle. Just if you're wondering what the difference between the two are. Let's glue these down. Gonna put a big one there. Flip her around. So what did you guys think of my crazy? What do you think Mary Gunn's gonna think of my craziness? I think she's gonna be proud of my stretchy pants, personally. I'm proud of them. I'm proud I pulled it off. Because I wasn't, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't sure how this was going to come out, but better than I expected. Okay, let's put this back in that bag. You think she'll love it, Judy? Thank you. I'm thinking it's. I haven't seen anybody else do jail scene yet. Let's see if I can find a heart for these sweet hearts. Either it'll come really fast or I won't have one. So do we want to use a black heart for these lovelies, or do we want to use a white? Judy, you just did a plain regular 4-bar card. I revolted today. I said not doing it. Because it's been like, I've done one multiple times in the last few months. And I'm doing something different. And I want to show you guys that you can wear stretchy pants when you do these parameters. And then where this keyhole is, I'm putting the white heart. Whoever cut this clay, cut it off. Like, cut it wonky. Sorry about my head being in the way, but I'm old. I have to be able to see, especially with one eye that's not working so great. I do think we need to put some glitter, like some shimmer and shine on the card. So we're going to do that. And we're going to also put some white highlights in. Did you guys just hear my stomach get growled? I have a glue dot that I didn't put a stone on. Boom, it's fixed. We're going to give some shine to these bars. Would there be shine on a prison door? I don't know. It depends on how ship shape they keep it. Give these screw holes where the lock is some white. All right. I think this turned out incredibly cute. So to remember, and get my mouse. Well, we did 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4. We did sweets, which is the entire cake. We did wedding colors. We did a whole wedding for that matter. And we did a touch of gray because we did the what you call it? The jail. And then on the inside, I'll matte that in white, maybe put something like another sentiment in there, but this is what I have. All right. Colette, I don't know if I saw you until just now, so welcome. There, you don't have to look at the polka dots anymore. We are done. I am going to go hang out with my husband, who was my partner in crime. He's always my partner in crime. And we'll get this up for you for the rest of the Craft Roulette or Sissy. So, love you guys. See you maybe Friday afternoon. For sure, 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And lately, I've been popping in crazy times on Sunday. So, hit your notification bell, hit your likes, comments, all those things to help YouTube see us more, and hopefully I'll see you guys more. All right, bye, toodles.